Welcome to the VGH, the video game Historia. Today what we're going to be talking about is Zelda, A Link to the Past. One of the really classic great games I played when I was just growing up. I think like this and, well, the original Zelda are probably like my two big introductions to the game, right? The little pixels, right? So this is sort of like a little deep end, right? This is a Blind's Hideout. This is so you're kind of in the dark world. If you kind of don't know this game or whatever, is Link kind of goes back and forth between like, well, the kind of a light world and a dark world. And a lot of stuff sort of the same but different. And so, I don't know, you kind of get to gain some different perspective. And it's also just called, well, A Link to the Past because it's sort of actually, it's a prequel to The Legend of Zelda. That's one thing I didn't actually know when I was growing up. So The Legend of Zelda, if you actually look at the timeline, this is the bad guy, whatever. If you actually look at the timeline of the games, they're all set up different. Like, watch my old video that I had, whatever, kind of talking about an overview, but there's the Hyrule Historia that they actually came out with that kind of sort of reveals all these secrets. And part of that is that The Legend of Zelda is actually one of the last games, except for, well, The Adventure of Link, because it's a direct sequel. And that it's sort of like when Hyrule is in decline. Hence, though, there's like not really that many monsters, and the castles, they're all sort of underground and stuff. You know, with here, this is sort of like it's not quite. So they work in a funny timeline. It's not like Ocarina of Time, where that's actually young Link, right? Now, remember, it's not all the same Link, by the way. It's actually like different dudes that are named Link. The same thing with Zelda is in Link to the Past, or sorry, in The Adventure of Link, is they actually kind of talk about how this like one princess gets put into a coma, and because of that, her name's Zelda. They make every princess from that point forward named Zelda. So, you know, if you ever have any trouble in Hyrule, you just name your kid Link. Right? Because you're like, well, that kid's going to kind of help figure things out for the rest of everybody. Right? And he'll get magic powers and have a shooting sword and, you know, good stuff, right? So those little Death Skull guys. They're a little cuter in this game. I wish they were like kind of as scary as they kind of had been in, well, The Adventure of Link. Or sorry, Adventure of Link and also The Legend of Zelda. Right? They both were, it was a little more on the scary side. They're pretty manageable in this one. But so there's some innovations that are really cool. Like you just see here, right? You got the little normal guy, whatever, soul, pole, whatever. It's been a while. Sorry if I'm a little rusty with all my names and everything like that. I usually try to be kind of better about that kind of stuff. But I just kind of want to get on the rhythm. You know, kind of enjoy the videos so you can kind of see whatever kind of thing. So on here, as you can see, got my little secrets. It's all about these little like globe things, right? They kind of change everything. But so this level, did you see here? It's kind of well lit. One reason why I picked this level is because it has kind of cool lighting, and it's also like not really an endless castle so much as just like a well, it's actually someone's hideout. And so even though most of it's underground, they seem to keep having light. So you gotta take this little bomb and, you know, kind of blow that up because it lets light down to the previous floor. I'm gonna have a little OJ. Hope you don't mind. Oh, love the magic powers, by the way. Thank you. So, I got some bombs. Awesome. That's really great. I like getting bombs. Bombs are good. Bombs are one of the better items. Like, sometimes I find that in the Zelda games, here's a challenge for you, okay? Is often within the Zelda games, you get the ability to pump up your arrows or pump up your bombs. Now, I think what most people do, or at least what I used to always do, is I'd kind of make it even, right? I'd pump up some bombs or I'd pump up some arrows, but I was getting into arrows. Try picking one. This is something I like kind of doing with most games, right? Especially something I kind of played before. Oops, I guess that was a mistake. They're like the snake guys, but they're kind of like with weird skull face things. I don't know. But so what you do is specialize, right? I think I actually learned this from Diablo 2, and I just loved it so much I've incorporated it into other games. So with Zelda games, when you can pick between, let's say, arrows, bombs, or more magic or whatever, just pick one and just shoot for the moon with it, right? Try to get it as powerful as possible. Same thing with like whatever weapon you choose, right? I mean, Zelda games aren't really like that, but But, just try to make it like ridiculous. So yes, you'll have some weaknesses in the sense that you may be a little short on bombs, but you'll have tons of arrows to kind of work with, right? And that kind of creates a nice little challenge too, because sometimes those Zelda games, like, they can have their challenges for sure, and sometimes they can be a little on the easy side. But I always find they're a solid adventure, no matter what. Zelda is always a solid adventure, and you always got at least something really great to take away from pretty much every Zelda game I've ever played. I mean, even the Adventure of Link, which is like infamously hard. It really is. You really gotta. I felt kind of proud of myself for getting through that game. And untwinked, I never cheat. Right? It's what's the point? I mean, I know we have modern technology and everything, and you can just kind of figure it out. But the hammer's cool. So in this one, you can actually freeze a guy, and then you just smash him with a hammer. Right? You just blow his face off. Okay, I'm gonna get going here. Oh, those guys are cool. They're kind of electrical. They're one of the more interesting, I guess I call them like newer characters as far as the game. I mean, one of the nice things about the Zelda lore is that, a little more magic, right? I just kind of didn't want to deal, right? Because those guys are doing their things. As you can tell, I'm obviously not playing the game I'm recording right now. Sometimes I like doing that. Sometimes I find that I focus more on gameplay because I want to play well and I want to give you a good show. And if I'm talking a whole bunch and trying to play well, I mean, you kind of get distracted, and so you get a little quiet because you don't want to like look silly trying to like die from the boss 3 times, kind of stuff. But as you see, it's like I'm going through the run, right? I want to show you just kind of how you would play or whatever if you haven't played this game in a while, or you just kind of wanted to kind of listen and see that kind of stuff. So kind of focusing on plot a little bit. So now I see some locked doors. So right, remember I've been kind of collecting keys for a while. Yeah, I had to get 3 keys, and oh, hey, I saved one of those little princess girls. So in Link to the Past, you don't just save Zelda, you save like a bunch of chicks that are like covered in crystals. Oh, that thing's always cool. It turns you into like a fuzzy bunny. But I didn't want to do it earlier. I think you saw me like turn into a fuzzy bunny earlier. So collecting hearts, that's one thing. It's like you're always taking a hit. Oh, one thing I really like about Zelda games is that when you're full power, as long as you keep like a perfect game, you can shoot your sword. Right? Like they kind of did that in The Adventure of Link, but it was real cheap. So what are these guys? It sort of feels like the guy I just hammered down. Oh, got the glove. That little guy I kind of hammered down. I think it's like at a carnival when you got to hit the little gophers. That's like the best I could kind of figure out. Is like you're just trying to hit the gophers. Right, so kind of going on through here. Got that. Okay, and grabbing. See, got the power. Strong man. Oh, I'm glad to do this, man. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. You should make your own. They're really great. If you ever want to, like, I don't know, team up, whatever you're, well, I don't know. We all got our own things. And if you're like some random dude from like Illinois, and you're like, oh hey, I mean, I don't do these things for money. They're just kind of fun to do. You know what I mean? It's like find the things you're passionate about in life and just go for it. Oh, so see that little princess girl? Wasn't that at all? Remember how I threw that bomb in the light? That's what that light is right there. So he turned kind of into this guy. He kind of reminds me of that like 3-headed well, you're gonna see in a second. Sorry, I guess I'm jumping a little forward. Oh, I love that you get these jars too. Jars are kind of one of my favorite things in the game. All right, I got about 2 crystals, so I'm gonna check along. So as you see here, I got about 26 arrows, right? I guess I haven't really shot for the moon yet, but I do later on, as far as the different abilities. So he gets nasty. Oh, I like the bee, by the way. Like, the bee is actually pretty helpful. You get like a little bumblebee that just kind of flies around. But you gotta be careful of it. You have to catch him, or else eventually he just flies away. Now, you can also get these little blue bees that are in the lower right-hand corner of the map of the game. Look it up, right? And they kind of like stick around with you for a while. Oh, so see, so now I kind of hit him enough that now he's a glowing head. He kind of looks like those dragons from The Legend of Zelda, right? Because you gotta like lop off a head and it keeps spinning around. Now for him, he's a little more Halloween style, although his arms are a little strange. Like, honestly, how do you end up being like the main like bandit bad guy with like little feeler hands? Although, I mean, I'd probably listen to a guy whose head floats around the room. Or maybe I shouldn't. But yeah, so you get like 3 heads and he's kind of attacking, and I'm getting kind of low in light. Things are getting a little dangerous style. I don't know what I'm going to do, buddy. What are you going to do? Don't die. I don't like to die. I don't like to die. Okay, okay, stay focused, stay focused, stay focused, and woo! Got one heart, and that's all I needed. Oh, look at that. Oh, that feels good. So I get the crystal girl. We do our thing. We hang, and yeah, all's well with the world. You know, kind of relax in there. So yeah, so this is the Link to the Past. Yeah, it's a really great game. Definitely worth checking out. Really try going through like all the different Zelda games. They're kind of fun. I'm Rolo TM for like Rolo Tumasi. I was kind of trying that for a while. That's from like an old 90s movie or millennial 90s whatever movie that I always kind of liked. If you know what that is, good for you. But yeah, so this is a good game. Check out more of my stuff. I actually have like a Google account that I do message with people. Mostly I do these videos though. Also I have a Tumblr account too, just called the VGH, right? You can kind of look it up and see. I got Mega Man stuff and Zelda stuff, and at one point I'll probably have like Metroid, right? I thought about going through like all the Super Mario games, right? And just kind of see how those go. You know, sometimes people talk about them being 3 minutes long, these things, but I just think they're fun. So yeah, the VGH. Thank you for joining. Have a nice day.